If you notice these little white balls in your throat, your body is building up this. Open your mouth in front of a mirror, stick out your tongue, and look carefully toward the back. Have you ever felt them before? Do you see little white or yellowish balls hidden in the folds of your tonsils? Or have you ever felt something bothering you there, and when you remove it, it has a horrible smell? If the answer is yes, stay calm. It is not a serious infection. It is not cancer, but it is also not something you should ignore. Those little balls have a name. They are called tonsil stones, and they are a sign that your throat is collecting something that should not be there. Today I will explain exactly what they are, why they appear, and how to remove them from home with 3 simple things. In 10 days, your throat can be clean, and that bad breath you never understood where it came from can disappear. And we are going to start with a protocol you can do right now. Before I explain everything, this is what you can do tonight. Mix half a teaspoon of sea salt into a glass of warm water. Gargle for 30 seconds, spit it out, and repeat 3 times. That alone helps loosen the stones and begins cleaning the area. If you also have coconut oil at home, dip the tip of a cotton swab into coconut oil and very carefully touch the little stones you can see at the back of your throat. Do not press hard and do not scrape, just a gentle touch. Coconut oil softens the surface and helps them come out naturally over time. That is all you need to begin tonight. Now let us understand what they are, why they appear, and some very common mistakes people make. This section is the most important because most people who have these little stones make mistakes that cause them to come back again and again. Mistake number 1, trying to remove them with your fingers or hard objects. The natural instinct is to use a finger or a toothpick to dig them out. The problem is that the tonsils have a very delicate surface filled with small crypts, tiny holes. If you press hard or scratch them, you can cause a small wound that may become infected. And an infected tonsil is much worse than one little stone sitting there. If you are going to touch them, only use a soft cotton swab with coconut oil and no pressure. Mistake number 2, gargling with cold water. Cold water tightens the tissues and causes the tonsil crypts to close. Then the stones stay trapped inside. Gargles should always be done with warm water. Warm water relaxes the tissues, opens the crypts, and allows the liquid to reach the deeper area where the problem is. Mistake number 3, believing bad breath comes from the teeth. Many people with tonsil stones spend years brushing 3 or 4 times a day, flossing, buying expensive mouthwashes, and the bad breath does not go away. That is because the source is not in the teeth, it is in the stones. Until they are removed, no mouthwash will solve the real problem. Mistake number 4, not drinking enough water during the day. A dry mouth and dry throat are the perfect environment for bacteria to build up and for stones to form faster and grow larger. When the throat is properly hydrated, mucus flows, bacteria do not stay still, and debris does not harden. 8 glasses of water a day at minimum is part of the treatment, not an optional detail. Mistake number 5, using mouthwashes with alcohol. Mouthwashes that contain alcohol dry out the throat and mouth. That reduces saliva, which is the body's natural defense against bacteria. Less saliva means more bacteria and more stones in the throat. If you use mouthwash, make sure it is alcohol-free. If when you opened your mouth at the start of this video you recognize these little stones, leave me a comment below. Just write, "I have them," "I saw them," or "I had them." I want to know how many people have been dealing with this problem without understanding what it was until today. And if you know someone who always has bad breath and does not know why, share this video with them right now. Send it to them on WhatsApp. They may have spent years searching for an answer, and no one had given it to them until now. Now let us understand what these little stones are in everyday language. The tonsils are not just 2 lumps of tissue in the throat. They are an important part of the body's defense system. Their surface is full of holes and folds, almost like a sponge. Those spaces are there to trap bacteria and foreign particles that enter through the mouth and throat. The problem is that sometimes food particles, dead cells, and bacteria get trapped in those spaces. Over time, that mixture becomes compacted and calcified, as if it dries out and hardens. The result is a white or yellowish little ball with a very strong smell because the bacteria living there produce gases with that characteristic odor. That is all they are, hardened debris inside the folds of the tonsils. They are not dangerous by themselves, but they are a sign that the throat is not cleaning itself properly. And while they stay there, they will continue causing bad breath and that sensation of something stuck in the throat. Sea salt in gargles creates an environment where bacteria cannot survive. Apple cider vinegar helps dissolve calcification. Coconut oil has properties that directly fight bacteria. The three together do what the throat is not able to do on its own. So now let us talk about the benefits connected to each symptom of this problem. Benefit number 1. Bad breath disappears at the root. It is not covered up with mint or mouthwash. It disappears because the source is disappearing. When the stones are gone and the tonsils stay clean, the breath improves in a way no cosmetic product can achieve. This is often noticeable within the first 7 days. Benefit number 2. That feeling of something stuck in the throat goes away. Many people describe tonsil stones as feeling like there is something in the throat they cannot swallow or remove. When those stones dissolve or come out, that feeling disappears. The throat feels clean, open, and much more comfortable. Benefit number 3. Fewer episodes of tonsillitis. Tonsils with chronic bacterial buildup are more likely to become inflamed. When they stay clean, the body experiences fewer episodes of throat inflammation, less pain when swallowing, and less need for antibiotics, which is very important. Cleaning the tonsils is also protecting them. Benefit number 4. Confidence returns. More confidence speaking closely with other people. This is the benefit no one says out loud, but everyone feels. Chronic bad breath creates insecurity and pushes people away. Speaking close to others, giving a kiss, having an intimate conversation, everything becomes uncomfortable. When that problem disappears, confidence comes back on its own. Now let us move to the complete protocol you are going to start. Here is that protocol, and if you need to pause this video to write it down, do it step by step. Daily gargles, morning and night for 2 weeks. Mix half a glass of warm water, half a teaspoon of sea salt, 1 small teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, and gargle for 30 seconds, then spit it out. Repeat 3 times in a row. Do this when you wake up and before bed every day for 2 weeks. The apple cider vinegar is added to the gargle. It is not taken by mouth in this protocol. Its acidity helps dissolve calcification from the outside. Coconut oil application 3 times per week. Dip the tip of a cotton swab in virgin coconut oil. With good lighting and in front of a mirror, gently touch the visible stones with no pressure, no scraping, only light contact for a few seconds. Then do the gargles we discussed. Coconut oil softens the surface of the stones and has direct antibacterial action in the area. In 3 to 5 applications, you may begin to notice the stones getting smaller or disappearing. But you should also follow these support habits every day. Water, drink 8 glasses a day. Hydration is essential. Alcohol-free rinse. If you use mouthwash, make sure it contains no alcohol. Brush the tongue. The tongue collects many bacteria that later move to the tonsils. Brush it gently. Reduce dairy. Milk and cheese thicken mucus and feed buildup in the tonsils. Reduce them during these 2 weeks. And one very important extra step. If after 1 week the stones keep appearing often, add once a day 1 cup of hot water, the juice of half a lemon, 1 small teaspoon of honey, and a pinch of turmeric. Drink it slowly before bed. Turmeric has anti-inflammatory action directly on the tonsils. Lemon helps maintain a cleaner environment, and honey coats and protects the area. Now, a closing warning. Before ending this video, I want to be very honest with you. This protocol works very well for tonsil stones caused by buildup and poor hygiene. That is the great majority of cases. But there are some situations where you should see a doctor without waiting. If the tonsils are very swollen and you have a fever, if you feel severe pain when swallowing, if the stones are very large, if they do not disappear after 3 weeks of this protocol, or if you have repeated tonsillitis episodes throughout the year, you should see a doctor. In that case, you need direct medical attention. You will very likely need antibiotics or other measures your doctor will recommend. For everyone else, this protocol I gave you today is enough to clean, maintain, and prevent the buildup of these little stones in the throat. And today's bonus tip, once you finish the 2 weeks and your throat is clean, you do not need to do the full protocol every day forever. With sea salt gargles 3 times a week and staying hydrated, the stones are much less likely to return. Prevention is easier than treatment. That is all for today.